Okay, this is about the scariest thing I've ever seen on the internet. There was a nuclear weapon exploded underground about 100 miles south of the Yellowstone caldera, just about exactly 2 hours after I released my YouTube video, Yellowstone Secret Eruption Program. My video was released at 0 Zulu 36 minutes, so right about here. And then 2 hours later they set off this nuclear weapon here. This is a nuke because there's no foreshocks, you have a huge vertical impulse, and then there's no aftershocks. So that's how a nuclear weapon looks. And this was also picked up all over the place. And this seismometer is at Snow King Mountain, Wyoming. Let me show you where that is in relation to Yellowstone. It is here. Here's Snow King Mountain, and here's Lake Yellowstone, and here's the entire caldera here. So this is only about 90 miles, well, 90 miles, 80 miles south of the caldera, where they exploded a nuclear weapon 2 hours after I uploaded my video. So let's search the USGS and I'll show you how to find this earthquake. Okay, so we know the time, and I couldn't find this earthquake listed in the normal list, but if you search based on the time, then it does come up. So I put in October 1st, 2 a.m. UTC to end time October 1st, 3 a.m. UTC. And then the magnitude, I just put in a 0 for a minimum and 9 for maximum. And you click search, and you get this nice little list here, which absolutely gives you the right one right off the bat. Here it is, 3.5 magnitude, 20 kilometers south-southeast of Hoback, Wyoming, depth of 5 kilometers, and then here's the time, 21:34, actually 35. Which means it's 2100 is 9 p.m. and then UTC, you've got to add, it says UTC minus 5, that means you add 5 back to get to UTC. So that's 9 p.m. 34 minutes, call it actually 35 minutes. So 9 p.m. adding 5 hours is going to be 2:35 a.m. Exactly 2:35 a.m. was when this happened. So here's the location from USGS. And again, we have the exact same time. System time, 9:30, 21:35 is the local. Nearby cities, it's 12 miles south-southeast of Hoback, Wyoming. So let's look it up a little bit more detail. This again is from USGS, and I guess we got Jackson, Wyoming, Hoback, and then the big city is Idaho Falls right here. So anybody should have felt this September 30th, 9:35 p.m., which was a Tuesday night. So if anybody felt this, please leave a note, because it's not a regular earthquake, it was just a jolt. Okay, so now let me show you where it is on Google Map. Here's the look. Now this is the actual location. Well, here's Hoback, Wyoming. So the nuclear weapon was detonated 12 miles to the southeast, so it'd be right in these mountains here. And you can see, look how close Yellowstone is here. Here's the nuke going off, and this is Yellowstone, the caldera, this up here. So it's about, looks like about 90 miles to the south. This nuclear weapon was detonated. Now if we go to Yellowstone and actually look on this date, which was September 30th, remember we're working with local time here. So it was past midnight, October 1st for Greenwich Mean Time, but it's September 30th local. And it doesn't show up on the northern side because apparently Yellowstone is just a big bowl of jello. But on the south side it shows up, and down here on Moose Creek is the best one. So let's look at this one, and again, September 30th, Moose Creek. And this is Greenwich Mean Time here, so we just scroll through. Now here is, there's midnight here, it goes from 23 to 0, so there's midnight. Now we want to find 2:35. Here's 2:15, here's 2:30. So if we go, the red line is 30, so this is 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there is when this detonation happened, and then it looks like it took about 20 seconds for it to come up here to Moose Creek at Yellowstone. And again, notice there's no foreshocks, no warning at all, and no aftershocks really. But look at this big impulse, and you know it was chopped off here at this line. So that's a nuclear weapon. This was blown up 90 miles south of the Yellowstone caldera, and you can also see it on these other ones. Here we'll go to Madison River, show you this is what a normal earthquake looks like. There's some vibration, it builds up some more, and then there's something shakes loose, bunch of vibration. Then there's some aftershocks, calms down. That's a normal earthquake, or magma movement, or whatever. And now here is this guy here, the impulse. Nothing's happening up front. Then you got an impulse, and then it dies away quick. And evidently there was some, echoing reverberation or whatever going on. But the time matches, the shape matches, and that's Flag Ranch. We can also look at this one. Now this one is the closest one to the explosion, so there's actually less time delay. Okay, so the red is 2:30, so we go over here, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 35, and about, 15 seconds really. So it's closer, and this delay is shorter, because remember it actually popped at 34:58, so I'm just calling it 35. So here's 20 seconds delay, and again, no foreshock, boom, there is some ringing, but no aftershocks. Okay, so Yellowstone, 2 hours after my video was uploaded, they set off a nuclear weapon. Whose they, I don't know, but if we look at the Google map, we can get some idea that hopefully Yellowstone has a security perimeter around it. Maybe that's why they had to go clear down here to Hoback. And it's actually down here in these mountains south of it. So if we look at this and zoom in just a little bit, you can see that there's absolutely nothing out there. It's all mountain range. So 5 inches is about 1 inch. So here's Hoback. So it's right about here. It's right about here. So it's in this ridge right here. And anybody that wants to go look in this area, here's the coordinates. Please go look and see what you find. You're probably going to see some big truck tracks, or God forbid, maybe some weird soldiers or something. But here's the location. Location 43.099 north and 110.720 west. The depth was 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles. And 3.1 miles can be drilled by these big fracking rigs. So somebody's acting like they're fracking, and then they're dropping a nuclear weapon down the borehole. So this is a incredible threat to all human beings on Earth. And frankly, I'm very frightened to put this video up. But I guess the only thing that's more frightening is to not put the video up. So, there's a covert war going on, and one side wants to exterminate mankind, and we need to all decide what side we're on, and what we're going to do about this. But we really need to hope that our U.S. military will stop this kind of thing from going on, because this is the greatest threat. All these other threats are imaginary. Here's a real threat. You guys in the U.S. military, please do what you can to stop this. I have had just a tremendous bout of fear, but and I'm under a lot of surveillance now, but I have an obligation, and here it is. It's public information now. One more thing, 1 week later, this is October 1st, 1 week later, they did it again. Smaller initial impulse, same time of day, which is the sun setting and the full moon was rising right here. And then the very next day they did it again. Same time of day, same impulse. So they tried 3 times to send a good enough jolt to Yellowstone to shake something loose. So in my mind, this is confirmation of the first video that there is an active covert program trying to get the Yellowstone supervolcano to erupt. I mean, for God's sakes, that's a nuke. Or maybe it's, several tons of high explosive, but that's not for me to say. I don't know if you can get that amount of explosive down a borehole that's probably only maybe 8 inches. I don't know. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Please forward this, and let's pray that this can be stopped. Thanks.